everyone and welcome back. This is how I usually respond to uneducated and hostile guests on my live stream.
What you've just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
This was me when I saw a viper at the zoo.
You poisonous fucking snake!
And this is me politely saying goodbye to unpleasant guests on my stream with no hard feelings whatsoever. Hello folks, welcome back to the show. It's the Mr. Smelly 1977 show. I'm going to talk to you about 3 fragrances that you really ought to own one of these if you're at all serious in your hobby of being interested in fragrances. Before I do that, enormous news. We have a new launch from Naughton and Wilson at last. I did a preview sneak video revealing the name on my channel uploaded yesterday. Chypre Fulminare. Chypre Fulminare. That is hard to pronounce. Don't worry if you pronounce it slightly different. Anything will do. It is an amazing fragrance. I'm going to do a dedicated video, the first video where I will reveal the full note breakdown tomorrow. But to suffice to say, this is an incredible, fresh, spicy and leathery Chypre fragrance. An absolute gem of a fragrance from perfumer John Stephen. It launches tomorrow in the UK only, 24th of November. That's Thursday. Go to our site. The link is in the description. Also tomorrow, because it's Black Friday, so happy Thanksgiving and all that to you guys in the States. And across the site in the UK too, we have 30% off Gravitas Pour Homme and Bon Viveur. 30% off site-wide. Also an amazing deal in the UK where you can buy this with Gravitas for a stunning price. Check out Chypre Fulminare, the pinnacle of a lot of work has got into this. Amazing bottle design. Please don't forget also, if you want to buy fragrance samples in the USA and Canada, go to myfragrancesamples.com. Link in the description. That is my recommended place to get your fragrance samples. And do check out the special offers for Good Friday. Not Good Friday. What is it? Black Friday, if you're watching around that time, 2022, when you watch this video. There is a link in the description. If you're in the UK, don't miss this. This is Amazeballs, dedicated video, all about that one coming very soon tomorrow on my channel. Okay, let's get into it. You're probably mainly here to hear about the 3 fragrances you have to own. So, of course, when you're talking about fragrances, so many fragrances out there, and I've got 3 here that I think if you don't own one of these, something is missing in your life. Okay, now we've got one sort of designer price, one is an expensive niche, and one amazingly good cheapie. Here's the first one then, new addition to my collection. It's Mitsuko from Galan, a 1919 release. Just think of that in the midst of, or just after World War One. Apparently, Charlie Chaplin used to love wearing this, but that's an aside. It was marketed towards women. It is totally unisex. Easily, almost seems more manly than anything else to me. I found this online today for £63 for the Eau de Toilette version, 75ml bottle. That's in the UK. I could buy that. Jacques Galland, the historic guy there was the perfumer. The notes there, you got top notes of bergamot, rose, jasmine, and citruses. In the middle, you've got peach, ylang, rose, lilac, and jasmine. And the base notes are oak, moss, spices, vetiver, cinnamon, and amber. What an incredible fragrance this is. It has a certain freshness, a real bitter greenness. It has this almost, somebody described an almost melancholy vibe. Well, it won't make you feel sad, but there is something incredibly kind of nostalgic, but in a really good non-dated way. Ever so classy. The way the floral accords mingle with the fresh citrus and a sort of bitter greenness that is a characteristic of the Chypre fragrance. Ours is a bit different here, a little bit more leathery and spicy than this one. This one has an almost semi-powdery kind of feel, along with incredible complexity, mild spices, and just this absolute quintessential beauty of a Chypre fragrance. One of the absolute benchmark releases of the 20th century. You totally can wear it as a man. It's restrained in performance, which makes it perfect for work situations and for intimate situations. I've got no complaints about the performance, guys. Guerlain Paris there, and historic house. Please, if you haven't got Mitsuko, at least think about sampling it and maybe getting yourself a bottle if you're a man or a woman. It does not matter, whoever you are. It is amazing. Okay, let's give you a nice cheapie now. And this one, I've talked about it before, so forgive me. It's Pinard Clubman Aftershave. Gentlemen out there, if you want a real nice cheapie, you're crazy if you're into this hobby, especially if you like the old school or barbershop fragrances. You like to smell clean and affable, something you could wear to work easily. Get yourself Pinard Clubman Aftershave. Oak moss, citruses, herbal notes, and spicy notes. That's not a bad description. Probably a bit of lavender in there. It's fresh, it's soapy, it's powdery. It costs £18 online. I found a 370ml bottle like this for today. Like, if I can't think what to do, I get out the shower, I've already worn some. I'm not doing anything. I just put this all over my body and my face. It is an amazing, dapper, gentleman, powdery style. A little bit like Penhaligon's Sartorial. Is a bit like the niche upscale version of this. I wouldn't say it's as good as that, of course, but it's a fantastic, soapy, clean, affable, fresh, powdery fragrance. And if you just want that, you want to scratch that itch, buy a fragrance, get something new, fun bottle design, Pinard Clubman, historic. Not sure when it came out, but it's been out certainly since the early 20th century, I think. Incredible brand. Okay, last but not least, another new addition to my collection. Guys, if you're enjoying the video, I do tend to talk about non-obvious fragrances. I've got to, I'll give me that. Please subscribe to the channel. Then you get notifications, hopefully, and you see these kind of videos, something a bit different to what the others offer you. Now, boy, oh boy, it's Boy from Chanel. Chanel Boy 2016 release from the historic brand of that would help if it was from Chanel, really, wouldn't it? Chanel Boy. Okay, this was the surname, actually, I think he was called Boy Capel. I think he was a lover or something of Coco Chanel. Don't quote me. So it doesn't mean you have to be a boy to wear it. It doesn't mean that it's boyish. But it could be boyish. It is £160 I found this for online for a 75ml bottle. 2016 release. Olivier Polge had taken the helm as main perfumer there after his father, Jack Polge, used to be the main man at Chanel. It's an aromatic fougere, but it's designated unisex. You've got notes that go like this. You've got lavender, grapefruit and lemon, geranium, orange blossom, rose, white musk, heliotrope, sandalwood, vanilla, moss and coumarin. Wonderful, fresh, soapy, powdery fougere fragrance, okay? It is very, very powdery. In the vibe, it's a little bit like things like Invasion Barbar from MDCI, okay? It's not super masculine. I get why they're not calling it a masculine marketed fragrance, okay? You definitely get the lavender, you get the fresh, citrusy opener, you get this soapy feel with all the different florals in there, the geranium, the orange blossom, the rose, and then you get this definite hint, a big clout of that tonkery thing, which is crucial in a fougere, and definitely this powdery, well-presented kind of aura about this one. Again, performance not outrageously good, but it's good enough for me. Really, really beautiful. A little bit more expensive than the others, but boy, Chanel, if you like your fougere fragrances and you want something leaning sort of unisex, powdery, not so green, piney, mossy, this one is absolutely amazing. I love Boy from Chanel, one of the two exclusives, along with the Eau de Cologne from that house, that I own and cherish. So don't forget, guys, head on over if you're watching this on the Black Friday weekend of 2022. Go and get the amazing 30% offers on Bon Vivant and Gravitas from Norton and Wilson, the brand I founded. And if you're in the UK or whenever you're watching this, maybe it's out in the USA now, Chypre Fulminare. It is absolutely incredible. I don't know how John Stephen does it. We gave him a brief. He gave us 3 or 4 different versions. We picked this one as the absolute stunner. They were all amazing. I don't know how, whatever I imagined, it never comes out exactly like that because that's life, okay? He gives it his own magic, a historic UK-based perfumer, John Stephen. Amazing composition. Don't miss it, guys. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. See you in the next video. Remember, sometimes life can stink, but at least we can always smell good. Bye-bye.